What is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends? How we doing? Who's all stuck in this vortex? It's so cold outside. I had a headache. Had a friggin' headache from the cold. My friends, I'm not going to chat too much. I got all this YouTube stuff I got to get out of the way, so I appreciate you being here. This is a Patreon request from my friend Aileen, right? I don't think he corrected me, so I hope that's right. All the way down from Costa Rica. God, I wish I was down there right now. Matt Corby, Resolution, live at the Enmore. Interesting. Haven't heard this one. Haven't seen anything from, I don't know, like what this, if this is a venue or what. But anyways, my friends, my Patreon link is in the description box. You can check me out there. You can send me your requests, get your shout outs. You can like and subscribe here on the YouTube channel as well. Give me the thumbs up. It's the best way to help the channel and support my content. We also have a sponsor for today's videos, and I'm going to do this until I get used to saying it. So here we go. This video is brought to you by DIYOJ custom jerseys and hoodies. You can check them out in the link in my description box. They make custom, printed on demand, the way that you want it, the size that you want, the colors that you want, the number you want. You can get the BEL team, you can get whatever team you want. Check them out. They got hoodies, they got all kinds of colors. That's what I was most excited about. For those of y'all that have been following my story for a long time, I have played all kinds of sports growing up, and I've worn so many jerseys, I don't even know where to begin with them. And there's a couple things that I look for that I was really excited about. One of them is how the actual jersey fits and how it actually is shaped. I like how this one sits. It's comfy. I can wear a shirt underneath it. I don't have to wear a shirt underneath it. It's not itchy. It doesn't scratch. It doesn't bother me or anything. Another one is the actual labeling has stitching on it as well. So I used to have issues where any of the print on or any of the tag on stuff, my name, my numbers would peel after getting washed so many times, and I don't think that's gonna happen in this one. I love the colors, the rich, vibrant colors. It's been fantastic. My friends, check them out at DIYOJ.com, and you can get a 10% discount by using the discount code in the description box. My friends, let's get back to the video. And my friends, let's do this. Cool.
I'm giving up this whole life on you. Call it out like a
What we got going on here? We got keys, we got bass, we got drums, we got, I think, a guitar player, we got a keyboard player. Come on, man. This is gonna be nuts. These toms sound wild. These toms sound wild already. This guitar sounds wild already.
I'm giving up this whole life on you. Call it out like a family. Instead I bide my time, get around until the rubber meets the road.
All that like gentle like falsetto or like head voice stuff he's doing, and then like he kind of has this like flutter run that happens in it, and it's so gentle. I almost thought it was like a reverb or like a delay maybe or something. Camera died. I almost thought it was like a reverb or like a delay or something like that, but I think it's like a really gentle kind of run here. I want to listen to a little bit more of this.
Instead I bide my time, get around.
It's got these like grace notes almost that like kind of like do, like just little flair like that, especially with like how his voice is, the characteristics of his voice. Man, this is gonna be neat. I'm excited for this build. I'm assuming we're building somewhere.
Until the rubber meets the road. You said don't lie, so I made the truth.
Oh, percussion, okay.
Seemed like I lied and you even knew. Control your feelings clear. That you do not know where you're going to. So don't you run. You will be my resolution.
His guitar line is just beautiful. Like I've been working on like walking tenths and stuff like that, and I think this is a little bit different. It's so satisfying and it's so clean. And even watching him play these like kind of intricate, almost like jazz chords, it's just like, oh, I don't understand. I don't understand how people's brains work like that, man. His voice is so silky, isn't it? Isn't it?
You'll be my resolution.
Oh, that kick drum too.
One month down and it's inside. Oh, I'm guaranteed to lose my mind.
And I'm guaranteed to lose my mind. Like, it's just the dynamic control is wild. He's got such a cool voice. I don't know if I like his like chest voice or his falsetto or head voice, whatever you want to call it. I don't know which one I like better. Like, it's just, they're so beautiful.
Oh, I'm guaranteed to lose my mind. It's dangerous to speak inside. You might know what I'm trying to hide. So from the cradle to quarter age, oh, I bought the book but didn't flip the page. Oh, readiness is here, we stay.
Oh my God, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, when it comes to like builds, like, what do you call this? Is this like folk? Is this folk? This sound is giving me vibes like my friend John Ward Hannum from just down the street kind of idea. And it's just like, it was some of the most fun I've ever had working with these bands because the musicianship and the storytelling and everything is just wild. But like hearing these drums and this whole, like, let's just talk about this percussion section for a second. So it's like, someone's gonna correct me on this, but this is like my take on it. These are like what we would call rock drums, like 4 on the floor, big, weighty. They're short, but they're just like got this like boo to it, right? And the thing is that even though you have low pitched drums, the drum itself still has a lot of like what you call attack or like top end, like the high end of the EQ, the far right side in your vehicle, the treble when you turn all that stuff up. The low instruments and the drum kits have a lot of that. You can hear it in this kick drum. It's got this like. And in the floor tom too, he's even emphasizing it a bit. He's like doing a cross stick. Where's my drumstick? He's doing like a cross stick, like what you see in a snare drum when it just goes like, right? So that on the rim, it's literally going to make that kind of a noise. And then him hitting the floor tom too and it having all that weight. And then we have the percussion player also playing like I think it's the little ones of the bongos, right? It's like one of those just to keep this like dun dun to dun dun, and it's very like room sounding, very reverby. It's so much of like a vibe or a feel or a mood between the percussion, and I appreciate that. And it's neat seeing. I'm assuming that this is like folk. I'm gonna take that stance. It's neat seeing how they can take instruments that you wouldn't see in rock and use rock sounds and make them meld and come all together. This is really cool. This is really cool. I want to hear this guy go off again.
We stay.
Not enough. Not enough.
I bought the book but didn't flip the page. Oh, readiness is here, we stay. It's far away from the coming of days, so don't you worry. You'll be my resolution. Courage is all illusion. You'll be my resolution. Courage is all illusion. You'll be my resolution.
Man, see, like what I dig about his voice, and I remember this from the last one, is like it's a very emotional performance. It's a very perfected, a very rehearsed performance. So I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to take away from that. But it's like he leaves the necessity for pitch behind with like like, and replaces it with like emotion, and his voice cracks and breaks and screams and does all these things, but not once does it ever sound like it's a mistake, does it? Not once. It's just like this feel, this like mood, right? And I appreciate that so much, man, because like from a vulnerability standpoint, I don't let my voice do stuff like that because I'm worried about what it might sound like. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's just like, it's almost like feels like almost like freeing to see this dude do this. And maybe I'm just like projecting a little or just getting into it, but man, this is really cool. This whole thing is really cool. Even just like this scene right here just is like, yeah, I'm really taking it in. The guild guitar is cool. So he's moved over now. Okay, so he had two mics, right? It's a stereo setup on the one stand. I think he was singing into like an Audix mic. I think that's what this was, the one with like the funny kind of head on it. And now he's got a SM57. This is an instrument microphone. It's like a small version of this one. Basically the same thing. Real throaty sounding. They're like $110. They're great. A lot of vocalists like singing into them. My buddy Kevin loves singing into them. But the reason for that would be it's not going to pick up a whole bunch of external sounds. So like it won't play with the stage. It won't take in a bunch of sounds because he's got like right now, whatever the effect is, it sounds like a choir, right? But it's just him singing, and you can have it locked into whatever key signature they're in, and then it'll only create tones in those. So then you can pick like if you want thirds, fifths, if you want fourths and fifths, if you want maybe like a minor walk in there, a counter melody, you can just have it in there, and then anything that you sing, the synthetic pedal picks it up and makes, like, they're really cool. They're really cool. You kind of have to run it as a second signal though, because if I just kick that thing on, now it's going to send through all my like superstar vocal lead mic on the lead singer mic stuff all night, and it'll probably like double or triple the like signal output, and then all of a sudden you have like popping like horns or feedback and a bunch of chaos and stuff. So it's always interesting to see how they pull off stuff like that. And the two mics on the one mic stand, I think, makes the most sense because he's like, back to the emotion thing. He's probably got his eyes closed lots. Like he doesn't want to be looking around for a microphone or dealing with one like on a floppy stand because it was an afterthought or something dumb like that. Like just be prepared. He just probably shows up with his little rig, just clips it on the stand that's there and ready to go, right?
This isn't really the place to be. I'm not you, nor you me.
So gentle.
But we're both moving steady.
Listen to this crowd, eh? Great performance, my friends. Great request. Matt Corby. Very, very cool, man. Very, very cool. So there's a couple things that I want to kind of get into. So for the drum kit thing, like I said, like I hope some of y'all listen on speakers or headphones or something, you can hear that. Let me pull this up. That it's got this like top end to it, and that's what gives it presence. Because otherwise, you just kind of have this. It doesn't really like who wants to like dance and jump around to that, right? Like it doesn't really do anything. And the snare drum's pitched pretty low too, and I like the feel of the drummer, man. Like all that left hand snare stuff, especially like with the, what do they call that, traditional grip. That stuff is like super impressive, I think. It's just like another brain teaser. All the like accents and everything that he was playing on the hi-hat just with his left foot was really cool. But the drum kit, man, sounded fantastic. I love that it had that area, that top end, that presence, kind of showcasing the kit. I didn't really see what all the tom mics were. Like, so this is a single mic between two bongos. Pretty sure the little ones are the bongos, the big ones are the congos. Bear with me on that. Anyway, so the instrument microphone, like I said, because you don't want it to pick up the tamale, you don't want to pick up the ride, you don't want it to pick up any of the stage noise. You just wanted to pick up these two. So they're putting it right in between, and the two, in theory, should meet in the middle and give you kind of even levels between the two. And it sounded like they did a good job of that. It looks like the tamales have the same thing. Tamales? Timbales? Tamales? I feel like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These drums right here, same thing. There's two of them. There's one instrument in between, or instrument microphone in between them. That is very, like, just it's a percussion thing. It happens all the time. The drum kit had some really cool mics on it too. I can see a Beta 52 in the kick drum. That would give you all the low resonance stuff off the resonant head, the res head. And that kind of gives you that woofy and the weight and the low end of it and the actual distance from the beater to the end of the drum. And they probably have another microphone inside that too. They had some AKG 414s on top of the drum kits. Wow, man. Y'all still hanging out? Let me know. This is a stereo setup, so they would have the two roughly the same height. You want it spread across the drum kit, but you have to have them leveled off. So if one's further this way, you might bring it down, because when you hit the snare drum here, you need it to hit those two microphones at the same time. So if one's a little bit further away from the snare drum, you might have to bring it lower so that it corrects for the triangle, right? Then you don't have phasing issues, but those are primarily to pick up the cymbals and maybe some resonance off the toms as well. Great setup. The Guild guitar, the finger picking was wild, my friends. I love this. It's been 15 minutes and we've been getting right deep into it. So I appreciate y'all hanging out this far. I appreciate the request. See everyone again soon.